Welcome to the Nonprofit Solutions Matter Daily radio show, where we tackle the tough issues that keep founders up at night and answer your questions on everything from fundraising and board recruitment to marketing and resource development. If you're looking to start a nonprofit, raise money, organize your board, reactivate your organization, or chat about your mission, text the number on the screen to book a free call. We're happy to provide clarity and connect you with the resources and tools to help you move forward. Now, let's jump into today's program. Stay tuned as our Vice President dissects today's topic. Feel free to ask questions by dropping your comment below. Let's get started.
Good morning, lovely people. It's Monday morning, and as always, as people in the nonprofit sector, we're asking ourselves again, how can we raise money? How can we bring in the necessary resources and support needed to scale our mission, needed to get our message out there, needed to create the impact we've always dreamt about? And as the usual, I'm here to give you some of this top level strategies you can execute, throughout the week. And of course, take that opportunity to raise money, build board cohesion, and really grow your organization to the point where you want to take it to. As you know, my name is Rooney. I'm the Vice President of Nonprofit Solutions Matter. And, over the years, we've done millions and millions of dollars. And some of the strategies I'm going to be providing you today are based on the strategies we use working with organizations. So if you're struggling with raising money, if you're struggling with building board capacity, if you're struggling with getting your organization up and running, simply reach out to us. I'm going to put the link in the comment section, and you can schedule a free call with me. And of course, we can go through your organization. So over to today's topic, how to unlock corporate cash flow for your nonprofit organization. Really, fundraising is one challenge for most nonprofits, and looking for a way out is basically now a way of life for most founders, right? But of course, there are different ways you can raise money: grant writing, individual donations, major gifts, legacy giving, bequests, whatever strategy you have out there. But among these strategies, corporate cash flow stands out for a number of reasons. For one, it is quite reliable. Two, it's based on the value you provide and how you can negotiate based on those values. You can put your message out there today and get funded tomorrow if you know how to go through the process of really building that consensus. So it's really a strategy that's based on what you do and how you do it. So that's why we really put it out there, because we know it's one way founders can get their fundraising up and running in 1 day, in 2 days, and really begin seeing the prospect of bringing in money, unlike where you have to go wait through for grants or go through the period of building awareness when it comes to your individual donations. So how do you now unlock this corporate cash flow for your nonprofit organization? Now, of course, between the year 2023, corporations gave, corporate giving was around 37 billion dollars. And within that same time frame, surprisingly, these corporations made 1.1 trillion dollars. I know it's going to be far more than that, but just based on the statistics I could pull up. So they gave $36 billion, but made $1.1 billion over that time frame. Now, of course, we don't put a hold towards what you make, but it's just, it's believed that the businesses should give back to people they make money from. And that's really one of the reasons that's driven corporate giving for so long, because businesses know that when they give to people who they make money from, they build, more, they build their market share, they make more profit, they're able to establish their brands in the heart of people, that buy from them. So they've always known the benefits of corporate giving. But as it stands, they are far behind because 36 billion is just like roughly say 4% of whatever they made over that same period, which I know it's, they made far more, but I'm just using that statistics. That's to show you that there's still a lot more to be done in that sector. Say we want to grow it to 10%, which of course it's still back to the benefit of the corporate givers, right? That's a worthy goal. So how do you get your business to be able, your non-profits to be able to tap into that funding? How do you get your impact to be able to, also share from that opportunity that's out there from corporate giving? So there are 5 clear steps you have to take as a non-profit. And today I'm going to walk you through these 5 steps. You can start taking these steps today. You can take them throughout the week, and of course, immediately you start to see results for your organization. So the very first step is what I call the resource assessment and strategy development. So this is really where you bring your board, key players all together to really assess the resources within your organization. I define what you're going to be giving out as regards benefits to these corporations. This is where you get to identify the strategy you're going to reach out to these corporations. This is where you identify the corporations you're going to be reaching out to. So this first step is really like the planning phase where you bring everybody together and say, we want to go after corporate funding. This is how much we want to raise. This is how we're going to go about it. Really, this is the first step. You can't just jump into the scene without bringing everybody in to plan, because of course when it comes to execution, I'll tell you, execution is not a one-man show. So it means you need people. So from the very beginning, you must carry these people along, whether it's planning with them, brainstorming with them, getting them to share their ideas as regards to strategy. This is one way you can help them own the strategy, so everybody can be in alignment. And also, this is where you also get to define what benefits you're giving out to these corporations and what kind of corporations do you want to reach out to in the first place. Because, of course, there has to be that alignment as well. Now, for the benefit, I would love to really go deep into that. But over the coming days, I'm going to be talking more on what benefits look like and how you can really develop benefits that are irresistible that corporate givers would want to tap into, thereby funding your organization. So once you're done with step 1, which is the planning, step 2 is really where you develop the infrastructure and build the team that's going to execute the plan. So during your planning, there should be a section where you have to identify what infrastructures, what tools do we need to execute this, this strategy, whether it's a proposal, whether it's a CRM, a sales page, a web copy, whatever that has to go into that has to be created. And of course, the team that also has to execute the strategy also has to be developed. So some of the best ways we've seen is actually building a committee that's going to execute the strategy. The committee could be made up of volunteers, staff, and board members. So that board members would be those who negotiate the deal and make the ask. And then volunteers and staff are usually people who initiate the communication, initiate the relationship, nurture the relationship until they get to the point where these board members can go into a meeting with these brands to negotiate and make the ask on behalf of the organization. So you need such a team in place to be able to execute. Of course, you need the tools. That's why you have to create both at the second stage. Now, the third stage is really where you onboard this group of people and then build their capacity. So onboarding means really bringing everybody together, saying this is how I want to execute a strategy. These are the tools available. This is the role you play, making sure everybody is completely clear as regards what they do within the strategy. And then capacity building is where you train them to ensure that they deliver. Because we've seen that people may know what to do and how to do it, but really they may not really have these specific skill sets. So you need to be able to empower them to be, for example, your board members may know that they can go in to go make the ask of, say, give us $10,000. We need this for whatever support, but they may not really know the strategies on how to negotiate, how to bring, ask questions before making the ask. So this is really why you must train these guys so that when they get to that point, they can be able to deliver. So that's why we say onboarding and capacity building as the third step. of course, what's the fourth step? The fourth step is what will come to excellent and efficient execution. So executing is one thing. We've seen people who just send out emails to all corporate, they just send out lots of emails out there asking for money. And then, of course, they get zero replies because, of course, that never works. Imagine you're reaching out to me for the first time and you're asking for money. And then the funny part is majority of these emails you see up there that are the official emails are being run by customer care, customer rep, somebody just somewhere who's responding to these emails. So if you're asking money within these emails, you're of course not going to be getting anything because these guys wouldn't even send it up. They are put in that place to put out such emails. But if you're saying, let's connect me to the person who's in the business department who's handling partnership, I have this value, or we have this way we could help, that way you are more likely to get success. Do you get where I'm going to? So you need what we call the excellent and efficient execution. And also your team members need to be able to have some schedule around their execution, whether it's outreach. Also, people who are doing the meetings also have to be able to pick a day to say, okay, this is when we're going to be available to go into these meetings. All these are all part of the execution. And if you don't know how to handle it, you're of course going to let a lot of opportunities slide. And then aside for the execution, there's the aspect of really blowing up the campaign. So, for example, we've been able to execute, and over time, we've been able to see a process that works within our execution. We've been able to bring in some money. We can put in more money behind the campaign so that we can reach more founders, thereby, increasing our possibilities of bringing in more money. And also, many times the people you reach out to may not give you a yes immediately. You also need to be able to set up some sort of follow-up strategy that can also be able to help you follow up with these people, because we've seen sometimes you need as much as 6 to 8 touches to be able to get a yes. So it means if you're reaching out just for the first 3 times and you're feeling like, damn, I've lost out, you're just starting out. Because really, to be successful, there always has to be that extra step. There always has to be that, going a step further. And then lastly, once you've gotten the sponsorship, once you've gotten the corporate funding, once you've gotten the corporate partnership, the last step is what we call the account management and follow-up. So account management is really how you set up to be able to service these partnerships, because you can't just have a partnership and then just take money and run off. You have to be able to service this partnership. You have to be able to, show up to and meet up to the expectations, so that you can turn these partners into advocates who can be able to open more doors to you. They can introduce your organization to their network, introduce your organization to their associations, and all that lots of opportunities. You can tap into them if you can be able to manage that account properly. So one thing we've always done is we set up somebody who's the account management, who handles all liaison between the brand and the non-profit, making sure that all milestones, all key objectives, all goals are achieved while we go about our impact. So you have it. The 5 key steps to unlock cash flow for your non-profit organization. I don't want you to sit on this, because I know if you begin to take steps this week, you can begin to see results this week. Well, why I may not be able to promise you of instant results, but I know that whatever effort you put in accumulates, whether it's that outreach, whether it's reaching out to that CEO, whether it's sending out that email, whatever you can do as regards bringing in corporate cash flow is a big win for your organization. So you must not sit on it, even including if you choose to set up a meeting with me to talk to me about how to bring in corporate cash flow for your organization and how to get started. That's also a big win for you, and I see you successful already if you start taking action. So of course, my name is Ronnie, and this is exactly what I have for you today. Tomorrow I'm going to come on here to come talk about the very beginning of corporate cash flow. I'll talk about the different forms, what they look like. Sometimes it's beyond money, but if you know how to set it up the right way, you can make both money and a lot of credibility and whatever opportunity that comes with it. All right, that's that for today. Until I see you again, it's bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Nonprofit Solutions Matter Daily radio show. We hope today's insights have been valuable in helping you tackle the challenges and opportunities within the nonprofit sector. We're here to support you in starting, raising funds for, and growing your nonprofit. If you have any questions or need further assistance, don't hesitate to reach out. You can send us an email to book a free discovery call, or simply comment below, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. We look forward to hearing from you and helping your organization thrive. Until next time, keep making an impact and stay tuned for more great content.